Hi, I'm Nemo Rathwold, creator of Overworld, and this is the Quick Start How to Play video which you reach by scanning this QR code. Here's the base game for Overworld. To set up, return to the game box all of the expansion content, including all of the square tokens, all of the game components that have this pavement texture on it, the two baggies for the solo play mode, the airship, and the provisions card which has this on the reverse side. Set aside in a pile these coast tiles, shaped like this. Place all the tiles that are travel tiles, which are L-shaped, into the bag. Give every player the wooden pieces in their color, and a turn reference card with a scoring reference on the back. Take one coast tile and place it in the middle of the table to start the game. To take a turn, draw a tile from the bag and attach it. You must always attach at least one jigsaw tooth to at least one jigsaw tooth already connected, and if it fits, it sits. If you play it land side up, add 3 of your birds. Now it's Purple's turn. You can also play it water side up. Each one is land on one side and water on the other. If you attach it water side up, add 3 of your ships. Players continue taking turns until there is a gap into which no tile could ever fit, which is fully enclosed. Now we will determine who will put their dungeon door wooden piece into the gap. This ship is able to enter through the edge of the gap without crossing through a different terrain type. It's on a whirlpool. These ships are on reefs. In order to cross into that gap, they would need to cross into the alternate terrain type, which is whirlpools, so these are disqualified from entering. This bird is able to enter without crossing from forests into mountains. These red birds are able to enter without crossing out of mountains into forests. This white bird is able to enter without crossing out of mountains into forests. But these are blocked, because in order to reach the gap, they would need to cross out of forests into mountains. So white has 1 that can enter the gap, red has 3 that can enter the gap, and purple has 1 that can enter the gap. So red places a dungeon door in the gap. This is the only way to get back your pieces so you can play them again later. Here's another gap. White has 3 ships that can enter the gap. So does yellow. Purple has 2 that can enter, like this. But this ship is blocked because it would have to leave whirlpools and enter reefs. 1 red ship can also enter the gap like this. White and yellow each have 3. The current player, white, may break the tie and breaks it in favor of themselves. This is a gap into which no tile could ever fit, even though it is 2 squares in size and it is fully enclosed. Only the pieces which have the ability to enter the gap count toward claiming the gap. Purple has 4, yellow has 1, red has 1, 2, 3, 4. These 2 are disqualified. Red only gets back the 4 that were involved in claiming the gap. Yellow has drawn a tile called a land-ho tile. You have the option to select a coast tile from the coast pile and play that instead, returning the land-ho tile to the bag. After you attach a coast tile, select any 2 empty spaces and add your pieces. Purple has attached a coast tile here, forming a gap in which the edges are both land and water. Therefore, all the ships and all the birds which can enter the gap contribute toward claiming it. Purple has 1, 2, 3, 4 to yellow's 2, and places a dungeon door. If you draw a land-ho tile, you may also play it with the land-ho illustration face down. The game ends when the bag is empty or all the coast tiles have been attached. To score the game, give every player 2 points for each region in which they have the most pieces or are tied for most. To help keep track, tip over each piece as you count it. 2, 4, 6, 8, and in this region, white and black are tied with 1 each, so that still counts. 10. White has 10 points for regions. Next, count the number of steps from one of your dungeon doors to another one, to the last one, and back to where you started to get your distance score. There are 32 steps. With the 10 points for regions, White's score is 42. So that's enough to get started. See the rulebook for any rule questions that emerge. The yellow pages are about the base game, and the blue pages are about expansions and game modes. Have fun!